On to this now. Immortalizing the dead has become a trend. That's right. You can get jewelry made from the ashes of your loved ones. The international trend is gaining traction in South Africa, and it's not confined to just ashes. A Johannesburg-based goldsmith is used to incorporating things such as hair, teeth, and even pacemakers in her designs. Well, Leanne Buster joins us in studio now to tell us more about this. Leanne, good morning to you.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh,
It's a very interesting job you have. I'm not going to ask you about why people do this, but this is the question I want to ask of you. What's the most unique item you've been asked to design thus far?
I must say the most unique one is the pacemaker pendant. I had no idea what to expect when I opened it up, because it came encased in a titanium casing,
Right.
and there was no way of knowing what was inside. And even though I did some research to see what's inside, you know, what can I expect, and when I open it up, there was nothing on the internet that I found. So it was quite exciting.
But you eventually made it. Is that it's just past that?
Yes,
There's some
I think
items that are on the screen
first one,
right
yes.
now. Talk to us about why this trend is gaining momentum in South Africa. It's something that is not new to the international
I don't think
community.
it's new. I've done quite a few obscure things over the 25 years I've been a gold and silversmith.
Yeah.
I think people like something different. They're catching on to the European trend of people, you know, not wanting the norm, the mass-produced stuff.
Right.
They want something unique, something that's a talking point, that, you know, it attracts attention.
Here's the interesting bit while I was reading up on this, and it says diamonds are made of crystallized carbon.
Yes.
Now, the human body is capable of producing this. I didn't know this. Explain this to us.
Well, I think, you know, we're made up. You know, our makeup is carbon plus a whole bunch of other things. And if you compress carbon, then you get a diamond. Diamonds are formed under pressure.
And how does this take us through the process?
Well, I'm not too sure about how they do it in the lab, because you can grow diamond. Well, they call them lab-grown diamonds. Diamonds are formed over many years, hundreds of years. So the diamonds they're mining now are very old, you know, and it's the Earth's way of compressing the pressure, and that's how they're formed, especially all big ones.
Ethically speaking, Leanne, are there rules that govern this practice? If they're not, should there be rules that govern this practice?
In the jewellery
particular,
trade.
The jewellery trade.
We have very, very strict rules, and you can't, if you don't have a license, you can't acquire a lot of the materials that we use to work in. I prefer to work in silver as opposed to gold. I work in all metals, but I do prefer working in silver as opposed to gold. You can do so much more with it.
Just as a final question to you, the cost of doing this. Here's someone who says, I have the remains of my loved one here, and I'd like to have a diamond created out of their remains. How much money is involved in that?
I have no idea. I must be honest. The company that does it, I think, is an overseas-based company. I think they're in Switzerland. I'm not too sure of the cost. I suppose it would all depend on the size that the client would want. And I think most people would go directly to those people to do the inquiry, and then I would then set set it in the jewellery.
Very interesting indeed, your line of work.
It's very interesting. I enjoy my work. I do everything from normal engagement rings and wedding bands to the strange and unusual, you know. So,
Leanne Bustos, thank you very much.
Thank you
for having joined us here on Morning News today. She is a silversmith. Very interesting job indeed. Well, here's a wrap of your entertainment news of the week with Lindy Wesitole.
Local filmmakers are screening their films at the South African